like, and I'm like trying to hold it.
I know, right?
And then you start speaking, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't have just a laugh.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'll try to go slower.
That's just a funny story, dude.
That's gonna suck to edit. There's gonna be so much to edit on that. Ooh. No, it's fine. It's just gonna be a lot of editing.
Okay, cut this out. Get this out.
Like behind the scenes.
Mm.
I put a project that's like behind the scenes current project, and I just like copy and paste and drop it in. It's really easy. But
this is probably one thing neither of us thought about. Like, you're used to like getting the format, making sure everything's good, and I'm just like, I don't know, page run.
I know you're really blowing it up. Like my carefully orchestrated thing is gone.
You didn't know he had OCD until that night.
Oh, I know I do.
I'm kidding.
I know I do. OCD. So what was I saying?
I know last time.
Oh yeah, I can't do that again.
Yep. No. So now we're kind of getting this. You just got done explaining that the last one was about like them
flexing, and flexing on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, and this is the kind of like
how
losing
you
your
can
relate.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything to say?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, some people are like, yeah, you haven't lived life till you hit rock bottom, and I'll tell you what, like, you haven't experienced all the experiences life can have till you've kind of like hit rock bottom, even if it's just in your mind, like you lose your world, or you know what I mean, or like a career or something like that, or someone you really love.
Yeah.
You know, or unfortunately lose them like until you're gone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But no, dude, I don't get that. Like, it's. Oof.
Yeah. So I think you're going to like the song. We're gonna pull up the video here. We'll just pop on over to my other screen and we'll show Claude Black Swan.
Okay, so towards the end there, I totally get that because I think I do anyways. So correct me if I'm wrong, and don't edit this out.
I'll try to correct you.
Because even with all that whole explanation, hopefully I didn't lose you. No. Okay, so I think I get that. Like when he's talking about, like he sees himself, and then all of a sudden, like he gets power from that. You know what I mean? Like in a weird term, but like there's something about it. Like for me, when I really started to understand, like seeing my shadow and like things like that, it was weird. And I hate to say it, like for me, it happened at the perfect time. It happened when I was like at my lowest. You know what I mean? Because you always want to make excuses. You always want to, oh, this and that, or whatever. You know what I mean? You'll make excuses when we're overseas. You know what I mean? And it's like a situation happens, and all of a sudden you shoot back. And I'm like, whoa, are you going to kill somebody? You know what I mean?
I can't
like,
relate to that.
I can't relate to that. Like, not saying I do, but like I've talked to people who can. And it's really hard for them after. Like, seriously, like they'll go through the moment, you'll read what happened to them. You know what I mean? And like afterwards, they're just like shaking. They can't stop shaking uncontrollably. And it's like they just can't look at what they just did. Like, I've been learning so much about acceptance lately that, like, you know, it's weird how you see that. You know what I mean? Like, luckily for me, when I was over there, we were in danger, but it was never like life-threatening danger. You know what I mean?
Thank God. I'm glad. I was worried when you were over there.
Oh, dude. And don't need to thank me for like being in the Army. Like,
yeah, I know you don't like that very much.
Well, it's not that I don't like it. It's just I didn't do it. And this is no offense. I didn't do it for you. You know what I mean? I did it for you. So I looked at the camera. You know what I mean? I did it for my grandma, my family. I mean, most of my family joined the military. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's like.
And thank you to your dad's service.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah. Well, everybody. Yeah. But, you know, you kind of see the same thing with like actors and stuff. You're like, oh, I love your movies. And they're like, oh, you know, they're like, I don't know who you are. And I never conceived you were even real till now. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's not that you don't like it. It's just, it feels weird. You know what I mean? For me, what made it feel better is people like, oh, thank you for your service. And I'm like, oh, thanks for giving me a reason to serve.
Yeah.
And then they're like, and I'm like, see, that's how it feels.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm back up from this conversation.
You could see that they'd get the same thing. You know what I mean? But so yeah, like a lot of what's been coming up lately is acceptance. You know what I mean? And just accepting it. Like there was a certain, maybe the first person who gets it in the comments, you win a cookie. There was a certain superstar who had admitted to doing psychedelics. And he said that what was so life-changing about it is it put all his biggest fears in his mind. nobody loves you, you're gonna die of cancer, you know. And he was just petrified by it.
Yeah.
And it was the moment that he's like, you know what, it's gonna happen.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm fine with it. That all of a sudden it was just life changing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying to do like, you don't need to take any kind of plant medicine or anything
Or
like that.
drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, that life is
The
already,
takeaway is acceptance.
yeah, the life is hard enough. But no, like it's really weird. Oh, when I was at my lowest, to see myself where I was at and to actually accept that's who I was.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like the more you run from it, like you can see how that's made mistakes for the last however many years of your life. You keep
Mhm.
running from it, and you're smart enough to know that you're running from it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not even your subconscious telling you anymore. You're dreaming about it. It's, you know.
Yeah, just avoiding it.
And
Because the
then,
change is scary.
yeah. And then, I mean, for me, it was okay because I had the support of my wife.
Mhm.
And
And that
I
helps.
was like, I know I can be better. I'm afraid because
Mhm.
it's hard to be better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a lot of work. And all of us are so afraid of failure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, but you just,
Especially fail yourself.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or anything you're clinging to at that point. I was clinging to my wife because like there was no way I could like leave her or like continue to like put her through, you know, having to support me. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, it was crazy. Um but yeah, and that's really, you can't fix something that you can't see.
Yeah.
It's like
Or
trying
you're
to,
shutting your eyes to.
like try to change your oil in pitch black.
Mhm.
You can't do it. You know what I mean?
Well, you probably know who this is from, but it's like you're going through life backwards with both eyes closed
Mm-hmm.
and hoping you're going to make your way. You're going to hit stuff.
Yeah.
Turn around and open your eyes and look at what you're doing and
Yeah.
what's happening to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy how even with all of our like intelligence and, you know, sometimes I kind of question that a little bit, but
Mhm.
like how we just run from it. And some
It's a
people say,
survival technique.
well, some people say it's a societal thing though too, because a lot of people won't accept you for your shadow. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And
It's
since
why we hide it.
yeah,
It's originally why it's there.
yeah,
The shadow is things you think society won't like you for.
hmm,
Yeah, for sure.
you know, I just had a weird theory though.
Hmm.
What if it was something we developed? Because back before like farming and things like that, when we were hunters gatherers, things like that,
Mhm.
we probably didn't have to worry about if people liked us or not. It's if we could feed people. But now that society has like rules and
Mhm.
you know everybody has such
Society
crazy
credit.
standards all over the spectrum, you can't fit everything.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then through life, just eventually that negative reinforcement, like I can't show this, I can't show that. Oh, that ain't right. No, that ain't me.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it works so much better, but no one teaches you that.
No.
You know what I mean? They don't teach you in school. Your parents don't know it. They can't teach you.
Yeah. No. At least my parents didn't know it.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure, man. My dad, he chose alcohol. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mine did as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's hard because like you're kind of mad at them for a while, but then again, as soon as you accept it,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? It's so different.
Yeah. It's accept it for yourself. At least it's a lot more peaceful when you do.
Yeah. Well, it's just,
I'm trying to. It's still a struggle every day, even after you think you have accepted it. There's days you like wake up and you're like, oh no, I don't. And then some days you have to get over it again. Um,
or it pops up in society, and all of a sudden you're like,
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
For sure. So did you like this song?
Actually, yeah, a lot.
Okay. I think you will like Map of the Soul 7. That's what got me into BTS. I love that album. You know, I'm impartial to it because it's what I first heard. And usually what you first hear from a band you attach to is what you love the most. But I think almost every song on there I love. So if you want to, we could go on the Map of the Soul 7 journey. If you want to put down in the comments what you want him to hear next from Map of the Soul or any album or any artist, let us know down below in the comments. Do you want to come back and hear some more BTS sometime?
Yeah, I was gonna say if you comment, like, feel free to comment why you like the song because that might actually draw me in quicker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you said in the last one, the last song that we did, that sometimes it's hard for you to attach to songs when you first hear them. You got to have your moment with them. And for you, context matters, lyrics matter, meaning matters. So coming from Army, they know a lot about BTS. They know a lot about philosophy. They are a very well educated fan base. So yeah, please inform him, let him know anything I missed, anything I messed up. I'm sure I did. But thank you for coming on. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like, please hit subscribe. That does help out. Share the video as well. That helps out the most. But until next time, just take care of yourself, take care of others, take it easy.